morning, guys. It's a beautiful Carolina morning. Not too hot, not too humid, but sunny. And today I'm going to put on my hard doors. Now these are not armored doors, these are fiberglass. They aren't steel or metal or anything, or aluminum. But they're pretty solid. I got them from Northern Georgia Corvettes. Gowin. I believe he's on the forum somewhere. So I'm going to show you how to put these on, and I got all my stuff ready. These are the 4 doors, 2 fronts and 2 rears, and they come with everything. They have glass and they have door handles and locks and everything. I got the door strikers here. I have carriage bolts and nuts and washers, and the door hinges too. These are OEM Humvee door hinges, solid ones. They go into these OEM hinge slots. So I made my own backing plates instead of spending 100 and something for 4 backing plates. That's crazy. These are 50 cents each, and coupled with these large washers, they should be enough to hold the door really firmly. And I drilled holes in them that align directly with these holes on the OEM hinge. So this part would go on the inside. I think this would work out pretty well. I might even put some RTV or something on the inside to stick it to the door. Maybe not RTV, maybe, I don't know, some sort of epoxy. So let's get started. The doors also come with a set of 4 keys, so you can lock them from the outside. Probably only need 1 key because the same key opens all 4 doors. So before we start, I thought I would clarify what bolts, nuts, and washers I bought. This is a set that I put together after measuring everything, and this is a carriage bolt set. So this carriage bolt in particular is great because it has this square piece over here at the end that locks into the hinge for the Humvee, and I can show you this in just a second. Okay, so here's the Humvee hinge, and if you look at the carriage bolt, it has like a square stopper, right? So that threads in perfectly and locks in over here. I think that's pretty awesome. Another great thing is, since these are flat on the outside, nobody can steal it by trying to unscrew this and pulling the door out. Of course, there are other security measures apart from using a flat head like that, and I'm actually building a part that will fit right here and prevent anyone from removing the hinge off the Humvee and taking the doors with them. I'll make a separate video about that and show you guys what I mean. All right, so let's get back to this, the carriage set. Everything is 1/4. So the nuts and the bolts and the washers all have to be 1/4. I got one of these 100-piece nut sets, right? So these are hex nuts, 1/4 by 20. These are the washers for those, 1/4, 1 inch. And these are the carriage bolts, 1/4 by 20. These are 1.5 inch long, but I'm thinking once I put the doors in, I might just take a Dremel and cut them off at the right spot. All right, let's get back to the video. The drill bit I'm using for drilling the holes is a 1/4 drill bit, so that fits in perfectly over here. See, once I've drilled it in, whoops, and yeah, the carriage bolt drops straight in. So the reason I painted it was that once I get these hinges on, I really don't want to paint over these. I like that there's some contrast between the door color and the hinge themselves. So I painted the underneath, and later on I know that the truck's going to be 3 colors: black, green, and this brown over here. So once the hinges go in, the green will be painted, so I can always, you know, cover the hinge up a bit and spray a little brown over it to continue this patch. Of course, the green will continue at the bottom for the bottom hinge, so that should be fine. And then the black comes in from underneath. Painting this should be a lot of fun once I'm done. So I'm going to wait for this paint to dry for a little bit and then continue. All right, let's do the second door. So I got two doors on, and now I'm working on the other side, waiting for this paint to dry. So there's the rear door. Now, one thing that people are really afraid of when working on these doors is putting the strikers on. And I will admit it is quite scary because the strikers go in a spot that already comes with a lot of holes. And chances are, if you had soft doors on before, you had different kinds of strikers over here, and you had to remove them, and you were left with a bunch of little holes, some of which came in the way of these new fasteners. Anyways, the key over here when you're doing it is, let's look at the latch a little closer. Okay, so here's the latch. The key when doing this is close the latch to the first position and the second position so that it's completely locked in. The next thing you do is you take the striker and you insert it this ways with the arrow facing outwards into the latch. Right? Now remember, the latch is completely locked, so push it in all the way and close the door. Now when you close the door, wherever this striker base lands is where you need to take a Sharpie and mark out the position, right? That's what I did over here. So wherever this stopped in a completely locked position was where I opened the door again, kept the latch in this position, and drew an outline and two dots where these two holes should be. Then it's fairly simple. You just get your driver and put in two really thick self-tapping screws, long ones if you have them, and it's pretty solid now. So once that's done and the striker's on, it's fairly simple. You just close your door. Now these doors left a little gap over here in the rear C-pillar, and that's a pain because I don't want this to be open. So later on I'm going to make some fiberglass panels and put them in the back so it closes that gap. I'll probably rivet the panels into place. All right, work done. All four doors are in. I'm quite loving this. After not having any doors for months, after I sold my soft doors, it's great having hard doors again. All right, so the next step is to get the roof done and then the rear curtain. Let me tell you a little bit about the insides of the doors. So that's how it looks on the inside. Let me zoom in a little bit. See, it's coated really nice. So these aluminum frames, and everything works nicely here. Also has a window that can be raised and lowered. So you pull on the latch, you can raise the window, and then you drop the latch again, and you can lock it over there. It's a safety glass. I'm thinking of getting it tinted. It'll look pretty nice. All right, so it's about I'd say half an inch thick on the sides. I still have to put the weather stripping on, but I quite like it. It's quite solid. All right, that's it for me. Bye, guys.